Evolution of social networking. Social networking. So where did it all begin? The internet was developed by Tim Berners-Lee in the late 1980s, but it took some time before his idea came to fruition. Dan Gilmore said in his book We the Media, 2006, Berners-Lee had envisioned a read-write web, but what had emerged in the 1990s was essentially read-only web. Social networking as we know it today began in the late 1990s. However, if we think of social networking as the sharing of information by two or more devices, Barger 2007, then it actually dates back to the late 1970s. Using this definition, we can also class email as a form of social networking. It was at this time that information was accessible from one computer to another. The first email was sent in 1971 by Ray Tomlinson, who simply sent a test email to himself. Within the next 10 years, developments were made, and QuantumLink, also known as Q-Link, was accessible through Commodore 64s and 128s. This later went on to be America Online, where information was able to be exchanged in chat rooms and on bulletin boards. In the early 1980s, there were groups set up using these bulletin boards for people's specific interests, so they could join and then exchange information. Evolution of the World Wide Web. Firstly, Tim Berners-Lee had the idea of the World Wide Web. The read-only web is launched and quickly takes off. Emailing becomes an increasingly popular method of communication. Berners-Lee's initial idea starts to become a reality with the launch of sites such as eBay in 1998. MSN launches in 1999, meaning people are able to have two or even three-way conversations with their peers instantly. Friendster launched in 2003, quickly followed by MySpace, also in 2003, then Facebook in 2004. Twitter launched in 2006, allowing us to interact with and follow anyone using the site. Now, Web 2.0 tools are commonly used all over the world on a daily basis, just as Tim Berners-Lee had originally intended. Instant messaging is a form of communication via the internet using a computer or electronic device. Before, I mentioned Q-Link or America Online, which was one of the earlier versions of instant messaging. But later versions were more advanced, and it allowed you to communicate with one other person, with the option of inviting additional participants into your private conversation. AOL Instant Messenger launched in 1997, followed by Yahoo in 1998. MSN Instant Messenger launched in 1999 and is now called Windows Live Messenger. It's one of the largest providers and now has over 300 million active users. Meebo followed in 2005, and then there was Google Talk also in 2005. The first social networking site as we know them today was US-born-classmates.com, which was set up in 1995 to link old school friends. The UK followed soon after by creating Friends Reunited in 1999. Again, this was set up to bring old school friends back together, and then developed to allow you to add places of work. 6degrees.com was the first actual social networking site, launched in 1997, but was unfortunately short-lived as the site folded in 2001. Its founder, Andrew Weinreich, claims that it was ahead of its time. 2003 saw the launch of Friendster, although the site could not cope with the volume of users that it was attracting. Boyd and Ellison claim that the site faltered regularly, frustrating its users who were trying to replace email with Friendster. MySpace also launched in 2003 by US-based company eUniverse. The basic idea of MySpace was taken from Friendster and then adapted. Facebook launched in 2004 and has now overtaken MySpace with its monthly users. Other Web 2.0 sites and tools have now become part of everyday life. Rather than uploading your photos to Kodak or TruePrint and getting them printed and posted back to you, we now upload our photos to Facebook and Flickr, where our photos are available for all to view. We can now make our own media. A video can be produced, uploaded to sites like YouTube and watched, all on a simple device such as a mobile phone, thus bringing us into the era of the prosumer. Wikipedia is now said to be more accurate than Encyclopaedia Britannica and can be updated by anyone at any time. eBay is one of the very first successful Web 2.0 sites, making its creators billionaires almost instantly. The world is now in a position where we can do what we want when we want, and it's all down to 2.0. We can watch television on demand or even on the internet, download a whole album in minutes, if not seconds, and also find information almost instantly on anything in the world. This poses the question, where are we now? Here, Tim O'Reilly's chart shows that we have everything from Web 1.0 and more. Everything we had has now been enhanced to create a faster, more accessible version of the World Wide Web. Eugene Barsky and Michelle Purdon claim that Web 1.0 was almost all about commerce. Web 2.0 is almost all about people. We now see that Facebook and Twitter, MySpace, have millions of users every day. eBay and Wikipedia are going from strength to strength. Web 2.0 tools are used as part of everyday life on a daily basis, on computers and even on mobile phones. However, there is still a question as to where we are in the scheme of things and what will it become. Are we at Web 1.5 or are we at 2.0? Or have we gone past 2.0 and are now moving towards 3.0? So next we ask, where will it go? At this stage, no one knows where the phenomenon of social networking will take us, so all we can do is ask questions. Will social networking continue to grow? And what will take over from MySpace or Facebook? And finally, are there methods to make social networking even more accessible in our everyday lives, and will new devices be created to make this possible?